What's going on, guys? Welcome back to BlackTideTV. Today we're talking about the Zhalo Supercell. I'm not actually sure how you say that first word. It's Zhalo or Zalo. I'm not sure. But we're talking about the exotic auto rifle in today's episode. I just got this when Zur was selling it in the tower like last week. Don't mind that first kill, by the way. I was just jumping onto Destiny for the first time and I had to get used to the sensitivity again. And so I bought this from Zur in the tower last week when he sold it, and hopefully everyone did. I mean, it was pretty good. It's a pretty good weapon for a couple exotic, or not a couple exotic, for a couple what are they called? Motes of light, or whatever the hell that use strange coins. That's it. It was a pretty good deal for the strange coins that it costed. I think it was only like 13 strange coins or 21 strange coins or something like that. And it is a very good auto rifle. It's one of my favorite auto rifles that I've seen so far. And I'm going to tell you why in this video. So the Zhalo Supercell is not like a lot of other primary weapons. This one is actually an elemental weapon. This is not just a kinetic damage. This actually does arc damage, which is very, very cool. And it doesn't only do arc damage, it does arc damage and it does a little something extra as well. The arc damage on this weapon can chain to other enemies, just like the Storm Trance from the Warlocks. This one, when you actually shoot the arc projectiles at an enemy, they have the chance of chaining to another enemy who's close by. So this is a very, very effective weapon for clearing out hordes of enemies in PvE, and it's also pretty good for PvP because if you've got like two guys trying to take an objective or something, you can shoot at one guy and you'll be damaging the other guy at the same time, which is pretty cool. Other things that this weapon comes with are just like the regular ballistics, whatever's. You don't get to change the optic on this weapon. You always have to use the iron sights. There's persistence, which is going to make it grow more accurate the longer it's fired, which is helpful because it's not very accurate when you start firing it. There are three different there's three perks that kind of make it differentiate on the stability and the magazine size and the range and stuff. So one will increase the range, one will increase the range but even more but take down reload speed, and then the last one will increase your stability but take down your magazine size from 36 to 28. That's the one that I use. I think it's the most effective. The stability is it's such a good thing to have on your weapon. It's way better than having extra range on your weapon, I find, in Destiny. It's not like Call of Duty where you need to have like those 3 shots to get the kill. I think the more accurate your weapon is in Destiny, the better chance you'll have of getting a kill. So I always use the increased stability version. The final perk is another special perk, and that's Bolts from the Blue. And what that one's going to do is charge your super and return ammo to the magazine when you get double kills with this weapon. And you're going to get double kills with this weapon quite frequently, especially in PvE. Because of that chain lightning effect, because it's zapping other guys that are nearby, you're going to get easy double kills with this, and it's just going to immediately put ammo back into the magazine, and it's going to charge up your super a little bit every time you get a double kill. So that's pretty effective when you're in PvE, when you're doing a strike or something and you need to use your super a lot. It's very nice to have that extra super energy going in there and not really ever having to reload. Sometimes, I mean, like if you can really train yourself to go for double kills all the time, you can pretty much forget about reloading this weapon. It will always reload. It will always reload itself like back to 25 bullets or something like that if you're using the 28 bullet version, and you don't have to worry about reloading, which is really cool. So let's talk about some of the statistics on this weapon. This weapon has a very high rate of fire, and it's one of the weapons that I'm not fond of high rate of fire assault rifles in this game. I prefer the slower rate of fire but higher damage ones. But the higher rate of fire on this actually seems to work. It's not all the way maxed out like crazy. You can't even control it rate of fire, but it's pretty fast. It's quite interesting to try and handle, especially when you first pick it up. But when you start using it, when you get used to the stability and stuff, then you can find that it's easier to handle. So the impact is low. Obviously, it's an auto rifle. It's not super low, and you can get certain ballistics like the first 3 perks. You can get a ballistic that makes the impact higher, which I definitely recommend. I think that's the one I'm using. Yeah, that's the one I'm using. It's enhanced impact, shorter range, and more recoil. So it does have a small amount of impact. That's no surprise. It is an auto rifle. Auto rifles generally don't have a huge amount of impact, but this weapon, you're not really going to notice it because it is a very powerful weapon, and it's doing that extra arc damage as well. The range on this weapon is pretty abysmal. Again, it's an auto rifle. Auto rifles tend to not have very good damage or range in this game, so it's not going to have the best range, but you can improve that with like some of the stats. If you're really worried about the range, one of the stats really boosts it like all the way, like almost half or 3/4 of the way of full, so it's going to make the range almost maxed out. And if you're really worried about having a short range, you can choose that one. Although the fire rate and the stability makes a weapon such a way that you're not going to be firing at enemies at super long ranges with this weapon anyways, so it doesn't really matter that you don't have a whole ton of range. The stability isn't that great, but once you put on that last perk, it will boost the stability to like 3/4 almost full, and it's going to make it very easy to use. I find that the stability, it kicks back and forth other than up and down more, and once you get used to that, and once you put on that stability boost, it makes it such an easy weapon to handle, and it's really nothing that you need to worry about. The reload speed is also pretty quick. There is one of the perks that will decrease your reload speed. I don't know if that, I think that's the I think that is the one of the increased range ones. That's the one that's going to increase your range even like extra. It's going to decrease your reload speed. So the magazine size I already said is 36. In this video you're seeing it's 28. That's because of one of the perks that I'm using. 28 bullets is fine. I think you can use that perk and benefit from the extra stability and use just 28 bullets. You still won't have a problem getting a kill even in PvP with this. So it's very effective weapon at PvP, PvE. It's just a great weapon overall. My favorite part about the entire weapon has got to be what it looks like. This thing is so cool. It's kind of like a AK. It looks like an AK-47 from like the side. If you're looking at the image of it, it looks like an AK-47. And then when you aim down the sights, it looks like MP40 sights. So it's like an AK. It's an AK-40 or an MP-47. It's just super cool looking, and it's got this lightning that's always zapping around the front, which kind of makes it hard to aim at sometimes. But it's such a cool effect that you can't deny that this is a very cool looking weapon. It's like a nice pale blue color. You don't really see a lot of weapons that color either. So it's a very nice looking weapon. It's definitely one of my favorite weapons to look at in the game, and it's actually one of my favorite weapons that I've experienced so far. So hopefully you enjoyed this little weapon review of the Zhalo whatever Supercell. If you enjoyed it, give it a like in the comment section down below. Tell me what you think about the Zhalo Supercell. What auto rifle do you think is better than the Zhalo Supercell? Let me know, and tell me why in the comment section. Don't forget to enter the 300 subscriber giveaway. I'm not at 300 subscribers yet, and that is the trick about it, is that I'm going to do a 300 subscriber giveaway with a GGN t-shirt, a GGN hoodie, and beanie. I'm also going to be giving away CJ grips in certain packages, and that's only going to be happening if we can hit 300 subscribers before December 31st, or January 1st, I should say. Before 2016, if we can hit 300 subscribers, there's going to be a huge giveaway on the channel for a 300 subscriber giveaway, but if not, then there's not going to be any giveaway at all. So make sure you're telling your friends about BTTV. Don't forget to enter the giveaway. It'll be the first link in the description, and hopefully you guys are looking forward to Call of Duty Black Ops 3 content coming this Friday. So that's going to be, on Friday, I'm going to start heading through the entire story mode, walkthroughs, all the way through every single story mission. Starting on Friday, we're going to do live commentary of every story mission on Black Ops 3. Hopefully you're excited for that. I know I am. Hopefully you enjoyed this video, guys. If you did, like I said, give it a like and comment down below what is better than the Zhalo Supercell in your opinion, and I'll see you guys either tomorrow or Friday with more BlackTideTV content.